Good morning, Matt Bisogno here, and I thought in response to a few of the questions I've had about Tix over the weekend that I would record a video Tix Picks today. So this is going to involve looking at Gigi's race cards as normal, and also looking at the Tix ticket builder and explaining a few things in here. The first thing I want to do is show you how to connect with Tix. Now you need to have a tote account, and in order to connect, what happens is basically Tix goes across to the tote, and you sign in on the tote, and then you come back to it. That sends you back to Tix. So I'll show you what I mean. I press the connect button here, and then this is actually on the tote website. You can see this is auth.tote.co.uk, where you log in. And so I've just have my details pre-populated here, and now you can see I'm logged in. It says disconnect up here. If I click this little icon, it's going to show me a balance. You can show or hide that, and if you prefer to have a dark mode, then you can do that. This little sun icon top right here, you can go from dark to light. Let's do it in dark mode today. These are the available pools. So the jackpot, the UK jackpot, is at Southwell tonight. And there are place pots at all of the meetings and quad pots at all of the meetings. There's no Scoop 6 today, and there is a place pot 7, but it's very sparsely populated pool at this stage. So up here you set your stake and a budget. Let's just say £25 there, and I'll leave that as a penny for now, and then I can change that after if I want to. Once you're happy, and then you choose the pool you're going to play. So let's have a quick look at what there is today. We can see that we've got Leicester, Plumpton, Exeter this afternoon, and Southwell and Wolverhampton this evening, or tea time maybe. I've had a quick look at these, and I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to, if you sort by time and then by meeting, like that, then it's kind of easier to see in one screen the field sizes, and we can see at Exeter we've got 3, 3, 5, 5, 4, 5. That's not interesting. Leicester we've got 10, 4, 13, 5, 8, 8. That's a bit better. Plumpton we've got 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Oh dear, we need some rain. I feel very sorry for the racecourses at the moment, actually, because you can't really run good jumps horses, or jumps horses that don't handle quick ground, when there's been as little rain as there has recently. So there's some forecast today and tomorrow, and quite a bit forecast at the weekend. So fingers crossed for that. There are tea time, as I said, tea time meetings at Southwell and Wolverhampton, and they're much. The field sizes are bigger there. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to Leicester today. I think I'm going to play the card at Leicester. So we go to by meeting, and we can see it says good to soft here. I'm just going to quickly check the official going. Need to do something here quickly to get that screen up there. So this is the BHA site, BritishHorseRacing.com, racing fixtures upcoming. And then if I click on Leicester, I've got the official details, kind of the expanded version of the information. So we can see the going was last updated. I'm recording this at 7:30 basically on Monday morning, and we can see that the going was updated at 6:40, so less than an hour ago. Good to soft in places on the hurdles course. Good to firm. Good in places on the chase course, good to soft on the flat course crossings. It is a bit of a funny track in terms of going, is Leicester. So I had 1 mil overnight, forecast dry today, but cool enough. Max temperature of 6. So we're working on the hurdle and chase. We've got kind of different propositions here, so we'll have a look at those as we go along. So the opening race is a 10 runner conditional jockeys handicap hurdle, 0 to 100. There's one horse here making its handicap debut, we can see HC1, 66 to 1 chance. Trainer is 0 from 10, first time in a handicap, 14% of rivals beaten. That's not going on my ticket. So looking at trainer form, we can see that James Owen, who's had a couple of winners at Cheltenham at the weekend, he's always in good form. 9 winners in the last fortnight. He runs Snappiest, which is top weight in here. Not really achieved much to date, but looking at this, his previous jumping form was in Ireland. So this is his first, I think this is his first run in the UK over hurdles. No, he had a go at Haydock February last year, but mostly. So anyway, it's his second run in the UK. Importantly, it's his first run over hurdles for James Owen, and that could be an uplift. He has had a couple of runs already for James Owen, not particularly exciting. Weekend inside the final furlong. To be honest, I mean it's all about the trainer here. I'm not remotely excited by the horse's form. He's top weight in here, which implies he's the best horse, but that handicap mark has been tumbling. I don't really like him, even though there's been a little bit of very early money for him here. He's certainly not an A ticket. The one I'm quite interested in is Desperado for Nick Kent, who has been second in his last 2 races, hasn't run for quite a while, for about 7 or 8 months, but the trainer is in a little bit of recent form. In fact, in the last fortnight, 4 of his 5 runners have been in the frame. In the last 30 days, 5 of 7. His PRB numbers are good, obviously, and he's definitely going on A. And the other one that I'm looking at on A is Harriet Dickens' Lord of All Saints. This is having its second run in a handicap. It hasn't been bashed out of sight in any of its races. It was only 4 lengths behind the winner on handicap debut last time. Runs off the same mark. Just looks the kind that is likely to run its race in a contest where a lot of them have got question marks. This one's pretty unexposed as well. So I'm taking 5 and 7 on A. Let's just click the play spot button here. And then in the first leg, a bit bright that, maybe we will go to the other. That's better. So 5 and 7 on A. And I just want to have a quick look at Alioski as well. Second over 2.5 miles this trip. Been running on the flat, 1 on the flat in a very weak race. Hasn't run for 3 months. I think I'd probably put that on B, and I want to put Arctic Saint on B, and I'll show you why in a second. So Alioski, Arctic Saint. The reason I like Arctic Saint is because it's a trainer switch to Ms. D. Cole, and she has, with 6 horses that she's acquired in the last 2 years, 1 of them has won and another 2 have placed, and this horse is probably a little bit overpriced. Certainly hasn't got exciting form figures, making its first run in the looks like it was in the UK and then went to Ireland and has come back again. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so was with Kim Bailey, finished second in a 2-mile maiden hurdle. Ran some couple of good races in Ireland off lowly marks, and pretty unexposed coming back here. So that one's kind of interesting in a race where, you know, a few of them are what they are, and a couple have got scope to step forward, including Arctic Saint and Lord of All Saints. Let's move on. The 110 is a 4-runner juvenile maiden hurdle where none of them have run, and the horse I the horse I liked the most here was the outsider Bramble Jelly. This horse has actually won a race recently, albeit again off a lowly mark. Heavy ground, 10 furlongs. That's a job where you need stamina. And clear and ridden over a furlong out, kept on well. Then onto a faster surface and a shorter trip, and ran pretty well, only 3 lengths behind the winner. And I'd say that was a fair run as well. These are recent efforts, so the horse comes here fit. The problem with the other ones is I'm not sure they'll stay. So this is a 2 Darn Hot out of a Galileo mare. Now that could be stamina on the dam side, but 2 Darn Hot has only a very small sample size of 7 runs so far, but a 41% percentage of rivals beaten, no winners, just 1 placed, is not exciting. Again, it's a small sample size. If we look at his flat form, we can see that he led at Newbury and nearly won over 10 furlongs. But you can see that he got run down, having had a clear advantage, so he was unpestered on the lead. Prior to that, he led at Newbury over 1.5 miles, and just weakened out of it late on. His rating is 71 versus 46 for Bramble Jelly, so he's a better horse on the flat, no question. I'm just not sure he's going to stay. Because I'm not sure he won't, and he's a better horse, I'm definitely putting them both on A. This Remarkable Flight, Jenny Candlish, I very much respect. Again, pedigree. Dr. Fong is a bit of stamina on the Damsire side. Glen Eagles has done okay with his hurdlers, not great. 25% place rate from a large sample. Again, it's not really exciting. But Jenny Candlish on the trainer switch, you can see she's got very good numbers here. And so that has to be respected. Looking at the form, looked like led a furlong out, weakened, lost third towards the finish. That doesn't inspire for staying here. Epsom 10 furlongs, weakened inside final furlong. Again, it's kind of like you don't want to leave it off, but it's not an exciting proposition for the win. And then we've got Edna E Mode, another one with sort of a 25% strike rate on the sire side. Glen Eagles, Daniel Dancer, not too bad for a dam sire for hurdling, but I mean all of these they're all doubtful stayers. And even in a race full of doubtful stayers, the one who looks like she probably will stay is Bramble Jelly. I have backed this horse. She might fall out the back of the telly, but that's the chance you take. I don't think she should be 9-1. She's been priced up on her flat form, and that's fair enough, I suppose. But on pedigree, I think she's got a bit of a squeak. So where do I get to with that? Well, I'm putting them all on A. And hoping that Bramble Jelly will win. I'm putting the favourite in there as well. So if the even money shot wins, then I'll have two lines, and any of the other 3 just 1 line. Leg 3 is a maiden hurdle, and in these races there's usually a large ability range, so you can normally discount quite a few of them. As you can see, there's quite a few at big prices here, but actually even though there's an even money or so favourite, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 others at 10-1 or shorter as I record this. I expect these will probably drift out a bit later on. Woodland Park, Ollie Murphy's in great form, has a very good record at the track. It's a local-ish track to him. Handles good to soft and soft ground, which it is today, good to soft places. Has run in a hurdle race already when it was second at Carlisle, which is a good test. Up in trip a little bit here, which on pedigree should be absolutely fine. This isn't cut and dried, but I am putting the 10 in as a banker. So in this race, I'm putting 10 on A. Just to remind you that A's are my stronger fancies. Bs are my kind of interesting horses at prices that I hope could get into the frame, and Cs are when it's a deep race, and I just need to don't need to lose the bet, because this horse that I sort of gave us an outside chance to wins the race. I tend to only use Cs on jackpot tickets, so win only bet tickets. On play spots I normally only use A's and B's, unless they're big fields, and then I put some C's in as well. Anyway, I'm using the 10 here as a banker, and we'll see if we can survive. Leg 4 is a handicap chase. Now the chase track is much quicker. They're calling it good to firm in places, or maybe even good to firm good in places. That is definitely something that I'm looking for previous experience of, and you can see I've set this up to be good and good to firm. You need to do it this way around on Instant Expert, because the going is in a range from hard to heavy, as you can see. So good to firm to good, and we can see that Almazar Guard and Nothing to Ask, both of which are prices, have got very good form on quick ground in National Hunt races, National Hunt handicap races, which is how I've set it up here. The Wolf has run well as well. Impatient has only had one run on quick ground, but he was last, beaten far enough. And I've just... it's only one run, and you should be a little bit careful in that context, but I am slightly apprehensive of that. Risk and Roll, for his part, has got some decent runs back here, including this one in March of this year in a Veterans Handicap Chase at Ascot, where he's only beaten 4 lengths off a £2 higher mark. He couldn't actually be discounted here. You see, since then he's run in a void race, so that's not his fault. And then he pulled up at Stratford, and if you look at the bottom of that steward's comment, the veterinary officer examined Risk and Roll post-race, and the gelding was found to be lame on its left fore. So that is that you can put a line through this P and this V, and then you go back to some quite good form on good ground, even though on Instant Expert it doesn't obviously present itself as that. You can see further back that he's got form in this context. This is a tricky race. I do think the Wolf is a credible favourite. Let's have a look at it's further muddied by the fact that there isn't really any pace in the race. You see, the pace prediction is maybe falsely run, and that's So I really don't like it. The one that I'm slightly against is Impatient. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to leave any out, because a single non-runner makes this win only as well. So it's quite a precarious race. I'm going to put the Wolf and Almazar Guard on A, and I'm going to put the other ones on B, which is not very brave. But as I say, I'm a little bit apprehensive in that race. I think it's a bit more competitive than the market might suggest, and of course I could very well be wrong about that. Okay, Mares Novices Handicap Hurdle 0 to 100 is leg 5. 8 runners, 1 non-runner will make it 7, and that would go from 3 places to 2 places. These are the things that if you're playing play spots you should be aware of. We're back on the hurdle track, so good to soft. There's a short price favourite in Suitably Surprised, who has been running on quicker and at Sedgefield. His run on heavy was poor. His run on soft was poor, although that was in a novice hurdle. I'm not convinced the ground is ideal for this lad, although he could be progressive. He's short enough in that context. I don't want to be against him, but I don't want him exclusively. Purple Gown has run close up in these 2 hurdle races here. Novice hurdle here, he was only beaten 7, and then a handicap here, only beaten 2. That was on good ground again. we need to see if he's got any softer ground form. Where's he got? Purple gown. All races. And we can see he ran okay actually on heavy in a handicap hurdle here, off 90. Now he's off 87. So yeah, he's not without a chance. One for the fair green is Sean Bowen Rice for Martin Keithley. This one's having its handicap debut. Again, it's run okay in novices. Ran quite well on a soft ground bumper in Ireland. And again, you couldn't discount that one either. I think it's a bit more competitive than 5 to 4. I'm going to do 3, 5, 7 here. And on B, I like this Bobby Gray a little bit as well, having its handicap debut. You can see that Jenny Candlish, who is in great form at the moment, has a very good record. 40% of her handicap debutants in the last year have hit the frame. This lad ran in a point-to-point where he was third, or she was third. Yep, it's a mare's race. This lass ran in a point-to-point where she was third, and in the first novice maiden, she was well enough beaten, but not a massive price. She then wasn't beaten far over 2.5 in a maiden hurdle at Sedgefield. Good to soft, and then they probably felt that she had done enough to get her handicap mark there, and I'd probably put a line through this race, which was a better race anyway. And you can see that the forms worked out very well, notwithstanding that she was beaten far enough. She is a 4-year-old against older horses, which is a little bit of a red flag for me, maybe a pink flag in this case. But she's completely unexposed mostly against fillies and mares that have shown a bit more of what they can do. So she wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm going to put her on B. And yeah, that might be it. I may put unnamed favourite on B as well, because she's 5 to 4, and if she's just better than them, then I want that covered. Okay, leg 6 is the closing leg, and it's another 8-runner race, and it's another mare's race. It's a mare's handicap chase, so we're back on the quick ground. Again, one non-runner, and it becomes 7 and only 2 places, which makes life more challenging. We can see if we do good to firm to good. I'm just going to put it on all national hunt because I want to get a better feel for the going form, which I think when national hunt horses are running on very fast ground, then I think going is kind of one of the more material factors. So in this case, we can see that another day out, she habitually runs from the front, and she's finished first and second in 2 of her last 3 races at around this trip. It's just slightly further. So that's quite attractive to me. Her mark is pretty much the same as it has been, so she shouldn't get done on that score. She looks pretty solid. Again, these are the hurdle runs, and yeah, I mean, I still quite like her, notwithstanding the 0 from 3 at the trip. That should actually be 2.6 to 3 miles anyway, because this is 2 miles 7 or 2 miles 6 3/4. Fahar Bell is another of mild interest. She's not been beaten far, although these 2 4th places would have been wouldn't count for the place here. She's only beaten 8 and 2, so she's been close up in those races on good ground at around about this trip. So again, she's interesting. Northern Real is another that I need to be careful not to discount on this single run, but you can't pick them all, and these 2 have shown that they can handle quicker ground, and Northern Real, the jury's out on her still. That one run isn't enough for her to plead guilty, but it's some circumstantial evidence at least. So I'm going to go with 1 and 2 here on A, another day out, and Fahabel. And I think that's probably going to do me, on the basis that I don't want to spend more money. Now, on another day, I might put a little bit more flesh on leg 6. But one of the things that you can do, of course, is if you've got a nice ticket rolling, you could lay another day out for a place on Betfair, to ensure your position if that was something that you wanted to do. Okay, so this is how my selections look. You can see I've got A's in every race. If you just wanted to do like a one ticket straight perm in Tix, it's fine. You can just put these, you could put, for instance, 4 and 6 on here and do that all the way through, so that you've just got A selections in this green column. I'm not going to do that. I'm doing this. And then on the tickets one, this is how you choose your multiplier. So in this case, although they're penny stakes on this ticket 1, this is staked 4 times. So that means it's a 4p multiplier. And by the time we've got 2 by 2 by 2, it's 8 times 4. So it's 32p, if that were to happen. And then these ones, A's with 1b, are 3 times. So these are 3p tickets. So it's 1p times 3. And then the A's with 2b's, 1p, and these are 2b's 2 times. So these are 2p tickets, and there are no C tickets here. They'd just be penny tickets. If you wanted to increase the stakes on your main ticket, you could do that like that. Just change that there, and then these would be 2p times 4, so 8p lines on this ticket. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to settle for my 23.80 here, and I'm going to click the place all bets button like so, and then it will ask me, you may or may not be able to see this, your total ticket cost is 23.80. Do you want to place bets now? I say OK, and those bets are all placed. And then if I go to my bets tab here, bottom right, and if I just select all bet types today and hit refresh, my tickets will show up here like that. And then later on, so if I was looking at yesterday's, for instance, if I hit refresh here, you can see I did a jackpot at Cheltenham yesterday, and it didn't pay very much, but managed to get a small profit on stakes from a single winning ticket down here. And I also did a Fontwell place pot, which similarly got me a tiny profit. So this is stakes and profit, so not stakes and return. So in this case, the return was 52.80 plus 536. So 58.16 was returned for a 52.80 stake. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you do it. If you go to the bets tab, you can see your bets, and if you want to export them to CSV, you can do that with this button here, and then you can download that like so. Of course, I've downloaded yesterday's, which is not very helpful, but you can see the format there anyway, for the bets and so on. So this has been probably a bit longer than I wanted, but I wanted to show you, as well as the ticket builder, my Tix Picks for today. I also wanted to show you a few things around Tix itself. Actually, just one more thing. I wanted also to show you the corresponding bets in my tote account. So these are the bets I've placed here, 23.80 in total, and you can see the stakes there. And now if I go to my tote account, and I need to go to racing bet history here, and you can see these bets are here: 360, 480, 240, 240, 360, 540, 160, 360, 240, 240, 540, 160, and 360, 23.80. And also, if as well as in racing bet history, you can also see them. If I just can move this up. Just bear with me. There's a section called transactions, which you can't quite see here, unfortunately. And in there, you can see this one here, partner API bet 2380. And that's the sum of these bets that went in here, 2380. Okay, so there's the corresponding for the information you can see in the Tix bets tab. You can also see that that corresponding data in your tote account under transactions, and the individual line item bets under racing bet history, as I've shown you. All right, so that's plenty for today. Hopefully that's answered a few of your Tix questions, as well as providing Tix Picks for today. Good luck. Let's hope we have another winner. We had a winner Saturday, we had a winner Friday, and a winner Thursday. Nothing to write home about particularly, but a profit is a profit, and we'll try again today.